The sacked Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan and ANC Member of Parliament Makhosi Khoza have picked their sides and they've joined the Future of SA March. Save SA, along with other groups including Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, gathered at Rema Bible Church in Randburg to call for President Zuma to step aside. Save SA says today's action is part of a united front that is putting pressure on ANC Members of Parliament to vote with their conscience to unseat President Zuma. The action comes ahead of a motion of no confidence that is scheduled to be held in Parliament. They say it is the first phase of a larger movement to reclaim the country from state capture. Stakeholders at this anti-Zuma fest seem to be playing a similar tune. The Save SA convener Sipo Pichana says this is the beginning of a second struggle to engage ethical leadership in South Africa. The ANC Member of Parliament, Dr. Makhosi Khoza, asks, can the ANC lead while the President is not trusted? The Ahmed Kathrada Foundation says through united effort we can stop state capture. Zuki Skwavuba from the United Behind movement says state capture is a political project that is bad for our constitution. Pastor Ray Makoli says we hope this will result in us having a new president and new leaders.
We've got to ask ourselves, what were the aspirations that Nelson Mandela and his generation had for our country? In part, we fulfilled that aspiration. In part, we still have to fulfill it. If the president or anybody else is not helping us to fulfill that aspiration, which is very low unemployment, very low inequality, virtually no poverty, and all South Africans enjoying a better standard of life, and South Africa regaining its reputation in the world as this miracle country that had a fantastic transition in 1994, and a transition on which we can actually build on and continue to transform this country to benefit the majority of South Africans, then clearly we must have a situation where those who are responsible must move aside and let good people run this country so that we can achieve those aspirations.
I have witnessed that violence against women has reached intolerable levels. The vision and mission statement of the ANC Parliamentary Caucus, which is based on the fact that we are a united South Africa and we are a parliament of the people, has been violated by you, Mr. President. I cannot say more about how much you have violated the country's constitution. Mr. President, uphold the ANC constitution. Mr. President, uphold the country's constitution. Step aside and let moral and ethical leaders lead this country to a prosperous path.
Corruption is stealing away from the poor, and one of the key and principal directives emanating from the Constitution is to create an equitable society. And part of that agenda is by ensuring that the way resources of the state are allocated affects that. So when corruption thrives, those resources get diverted, public policy gets diverted, the intended impact of policies and programs of the state get undermined, and the credibility of our democratic system gets undermined.
How could she associate?
We have taken a resolution around growth, because when the economy is growing, even those that have find it easy to share for the greater good. When the economy is not growing, even the poor start fighting over crumbs. Lastly, of course, it's around state capture. State capture, it's a cancer that steals disproportionately from the poor. It's a cancer that steals from business, because in a captured state, business does not want to invest.
I see Minister Makhosi Khoza was speaking at Stock Exchange saying, I want effective and efficient state entities, I want good corporate governance. He is withholding a nominee who should be on the board of PRASA to do his work at a critical time when that board is supposed to finalize the annual audit. It can't, because it is not a correct board. It doesn't have a quorum. It can't complete its work.